is going on, governors? Chisgule here, and today, what a day it's been. Cast Ark of Osiris this morning, Grand Prix. Took a little lunch break, and now we're back. We're back to do some Holy Knight's treasure. Not just on one account, but on two accounts. If you're hyped for today's live stream, drop that hype in the chat. Big shout out to the members and moderators. Connor S., Andy, Fubian. What's good, Torjor, Omega Red. How's it going, dude? Sasuke, what's good? Grand Prix was great. Dude, there's always surprises. And it's funny because everyone's like, oh, GG, game's over. And then things happen. Happens all the time. I'm gonna skip this song. Not in the mood for it. All right. You thought GT was gonna take that arc? Bro, 1093 looking good after the 365 mayhem. You know the crazy thing? Is the number of farm accounts in these different kingdoms. Incredible that 60GT lost any mid-fights today. Kim, yo, welcome to the Elite Guard, dude. Let's get those hype emojis for Kim. Let's go. Have the bets not been sent out yet? I don't know. 49 almost lost the game. They ran the arc in the outpost without a garrison. I know. You guys are queued up for Warriors Unbound as well as 93 and 1960. Dude, I swear to you. I can't handle it, man. Dude, people are like, 2605, you suck. You'll never queue with 1960. You suck. You're sissies. And so we queue at the same time as 1960, and they're like, you guys suck, you're ruining their KVK, how could you queue with 1960, you guys suck. Dude, the internet trolls are so dumb, it's actually crazy how dumb they are. Have you guys seen this? It's crazy. So yeah, you just gotta ignore the idiots on the internet, you know? You just have to accept that there's going to be a large quantity of stupidness on Facebook, and you just have to ignore it. Now, with that said, how many farm accounts do you think there are in 1960? I can pull up these screenshots real quick. How many farm accounts? Who the F uses Facebook? That's the real truth, isn't it? In 1960, there are more than 3,387 active governors. Their 3 domains that they registered are 49 billion power in the main domain. Then 17 billion power of farms and 20 billion power of farms. Bro. Holy. 300 or players or less with 3,300 active accounts. But you want to hear what's even more crazy is 1093. How many active governors are there in 1093? They knew the resource meta was in fact forts on the farms. My kingdom doesn't even have one full domain of players. $1093 has 4,687 active governors. Now, only 3 alliances of actual players. Okay, 3 alliances of actual players. That's 450 players. But 4,687 active governors. The farm meta has gone too far, chat. 60 billion power, 17 billion power, and 10.5 billion power is their registration. Literally 10 times as many farms as there are players. Data from where? In-game. This is the in-game data for the Lost Kingdom domain registration. Ooh, Chadsky's messaging me. So anyways, for those of you wondering if the farm meta had gotten out of hand, the answer is yes. What is the fort meta? Oh boy. Sounds about right. You have 10 farms. When is Shadow Legion? Honestly, I don't know what happened to Shadow Legion. It's gone to the Shadow Realm. Hey, so let's make some gear. And by make some gear, I mean awaken some gear. Yo, Chadsky, thank you for the 5 gifted, bro. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. How are you? Ooh, Gustav got gifted. Michael Shaw got gifted. Okay, let's go. Thanks, Daddy, says Gustav. Broski CPM. Play highlight video for the stream. I gotta be careful of that just because of the audio. I don't want to get a copyright strike. I did check it out though. It's very cool. Membership's back on the menu, boys. So I think I'm gonna make a helmet today, or awaken a helmet. I'm getting close. The vid's lovely from Dad, for sure, dude. Kyle, with the 2-month membership there, says thanks for the gift. Cheers, dude. Let's get it popping. Yo, Lizard Jesus, what's up, dude? Should we keep track here? Should we do this? It's like been a minute since I've done this. Yo, Lizard Jesus, welcome to the Honor Guard, dude. Sasuke says, I hope you have better luck than me. Barely one pattern. Yeah, it's really weird. I got like 6 pattern pieces, but it's like the drop rate like went through the floor, but I checked and the drop rates listed in game have not changed. So it's probably just randomness, Sasuke. Ain't no way the developers would secretly change the drop rates here, inaccurately reflecting them over here. Literally, a company just got sued for honestly, actually an irrelevant amount of money. I don't know. Did you guys hear about this? The folks that make MapleStory, they were secretly manipulating the probabilities differently from how they were represented. They made like $450 million off of it, and they got fined for like 9 mil. No, this really happened. But, like, the amount they got fined is basically irrelevant, so... There's not actually a reason to not lie about it other than integrity. Yeah, it was 9 mil for tampering with their packs. But didn't the packs make them, like, 450 mil? So, like, who cares, right? My thought on this one is that, like... Dude, you like have to have integrity as a company. If you don't have integrity, nobody's gonna play your games. But I don't know how they will ever, like, I will never, well, I have to look up the name of this company. I will never play one of their games. Makes MapleStory. I would have to like, I don't know. Somehow forget the name of the company like I've already done. Nexon. Yeah. That's who. Honestly, I feel like the lesson for companies, though, is, like, not good out of that. Like... It's such an irrelevant fine, considering how much they made off of this digital good. When will we start KVK from the main account? Depends on when we get into KVK. If we get this pop, it'll be soonish. Maybe a couple weeks. Three epics. I don't have all the context on this, but apparently in MapleStory, there was something you could buy that would give you a chance of getting the best thing and best rarity thing in the game. But they set the actual chance of getting it to like 0 or something. It's crazy. Any plans to fight 1960 in this KVK? Nah, I have no clue what we're doing. I'm blissfully disconnected from any decisioning. Ooh, that's not terrible. Sounds like special inscriptions in Rock. But people actually get the special inscriptions in Rock. Ooh. That's nice. Little 5 spot there. Let's freaking go. One epic. Chisgule is having an Ark of Osiris match against 60 GT. Yeah, I mean, we gonna get clapped. We gonna get clapped. How do you feel about the Awakening system so far? I like it a lot more than the Gamba associated with crafting. I feel like the Gamba in crafting would be much better if you got partial stats for a not crit item. But the thing that's like, if it's 75% and you got 75%, like then I would feel pretty good about that. Should you save your armaments? It's really hard to say what they're going to do with that. I suspect they'll want to issue new crates. And if they issue new crates, like, you may as well open your old crates now. Boo. Fat donut, nothing. Nice. 5 epics? That's good. Yeah, they said the new ones will not be put into existing crates. May as well open them. Yeah. Leon, thank you for the super, dude. If I don't want to split Guan and Skippy, could Leo Alex be an option? I mean, you could, but it's not amazing. I'm the guy with Hunter in a random chest from Discord. That's cool, dude. Where are the legendaries? Honestly, Kelvin, I'm not sure where all the legendaries went. I feel like they used to be in here, and I'm just getting really unlucky this time around. Last time around, I got a double 10 spot. It was pretty sweet. Yo, Leon, welcome. Welcome to the Honor Guard, dude. Let's get those hype emojis for Leon. Yeah, I mean, you could use Liucha Alex. I just don't love it, you know? You could also do... it might just be better to do Guan Alex and then Skippy with Liucha. It's just that Guan Alex is, like, really squishy. Used all your luck last time. I did double 10 spot at the end in a really spectacular way. It was actually amazing. I was like, my only out is a double 10 spot. And then I got a double 10 spot. I was like, oh my god. It actually happened. Ooh, 6 epics. Not bad. Need all the materials I can get, honestly. Here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Kneel, you free-to-play peasants.
Now we're doing the thing. You got 2.5 blueprints this egg event? Dang. Does that include these chests over here, though? Do you know when we get winnings from the Grand Prix? No, I don't know. But at 14 legendary patterns here, I'm definitely doing great compared to these odds. Like, with 100 cracks of the egg, you'd expect that I'd get about 15, maybe 22 pattern pieces. This is like 20 pattern pieces. A very rough, you know, mental math there. So I'm doing fine. It's just a question of whether or not I get a 10 spot. If I do get a 10 spot, I'll be above that average. If I don't, I'll be below it. Come on. I feel like I need to say, I just need to get a double 10 spot. Ooh, another 5er. Hey, yo. No, see, I told you the average, I expect to get around 20 or so. I did great. I did good here. Chat, we did good. Chat, you done good. Okay, well, that was absolute dog shit. What the hell? Bro. 3 times research speeds and building speeds and stupid purple pants? Wow. Get wrecked, nerd. Alright. Is what it is. 37 epics, 19 legends. I feel like that's fine. I feel like that's a fine outcome. That's like perfectly average. I think. I don't actually know. Alright, let's go awaken. The real question is, how many times can I awaken? Bro, 5 pieces away from doing what I want to do here. Man. Well, I'll take the unit capacity. I'll take it. There we go. It's a nice start. You forgot to claim the chest? Wait, are you sure, bro? We got it. Buy the VIP chest? No. These? Bro, these are crazy expensive. These are crazy expensive. Ain't no way I'm buying them from here. Yo, that is out of my league. Yeah, no Fuvia. No worries, bro. The real question is, do I buy this little bundle over here? This little bundle of joy. This little coda. I could use reserves. Oh, I gotta get more flux scripts before I buy that. Cave treasures. Supply boxes. All right. Well, now we go to the restart account and do the same thing. You do buy the archer pieces from VIP because the whole set can be used. God, it's still so expensive though. The VIP chest is random. Yeah, let me tell you a fun story about the VIP chests. When I was first getting this set to be fully crit, I think it was the gloves. Maybe it was the boots. But all I needed was literally one pattern piece, and it was a guaranteed crit. It was 75 out of 100. And I just needed one more refine. And so I went to the VIP shop, and I bought all 7 of the pattern pieces, opened them all up. It was boots. Okay, it was boots. And I didn't get it. So the VIP shop reset a day later. I bought all the patterns, still didn't get it. And I was like, man, that is shitty. And I proceeded to garrison with archers with just so close to having the full freaking crit, man. Yeah, it was 1075 versus 846 back in the day. I did buy it twice, that's right. I bought it and then reset happened and I bought it again. It was insane. Back when people used to be excited about crafting and equipment, man. You know? And commanders. And gameplay. I don't know. Okay. Let's go to the restart. Apparently El Cid Herman beats Gorgo Garrison. Yeah, I've been hearing rumors of that. Kind of crazy. So we go to the restart and we basically do the same thing. The only weirdness here is like, I gotta be mindful of my materials because I have a lot of conquest coins I can still use. So I kind of need to enter KVK with a lot of materials ideally, but I don't think I'm going to. See, I have 4 conquest coins. Okay. We open our gem tokens and we're at 151,000 gemmies. And let's actually search up some gold. Ooh, somebody's going to that gold. Wouldn't it be nice if the search actually just skipped things that other people were going to? Sure would be nice. Some Ark of Osiris advice, just put to the death on the bar and get wins, bruh. So on this account, I think we're just kind of working on the archer gear at the moment. There's a lot of gear that could be worked on. Let's do some math around the amount of materials I have, though. Just a quick checkaroo here. You know, I'm in a pretty decent spot. Why do you still use the epic gear? Dude, because I can't figure out what to make. I actually am like, is leadership a thing? Is open field leadership not a thing? Am I going to screw myself by making more of that or what? I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It's just such a weird situation. No, those are green blueprint fragment choice chests. If only they were Shadow Legion. That would be quite nice. So my restart materials. Dude, the last time I did the math on this, I had 343 materials. I guarantee you I do not still have that many. That was probably pre-addition of... what's it called? Oh yeah, it was. The iconic system. The last time I did the math on my materials, it was before the iconic system. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We are way less than that. I'm just tallying it up now. Leather, 2511. I really had saved up a lot of materials. All right. I have 181 legendary materials, though. That ain't bad. Actually, that ain't bad. What does it take to do iconic upgrades over here? 30 materials? That's not so bad. So if I do 30 materials... and then I need 25 materials. The real question is, like, do I do accessories at that point? I don't know. I could do accessories. Do I have pattern? Oh, I even have patterns, chat. I could get more patterns, too. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, so I got materials. All right, I got materials, chat. We could do things. Chat, I actually can do things. I didn't realize I was in a position of being able to actually do things. It's kind of cool. Okay. So the thing I'm going for is archer legs. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. All right. Bet. Let's get after it. I don't already have enough, do I? I actually have no clue what I have. 12. All right, I got 12. Oh. I have a bunch of pick ones. Dude, I could actually do work on these leggies. What else could I do here? Oh, helmets and leggies. Yeah, no wonder I picked these. Okay. Sure. Let's get the counter up. Ooh. Nice. delays? Should I get Silent Trial or Delayns? Both are very good, but I generally think that the rage reduction effect is the stronger effect. Here we go. Okay. 1 legend, 2 epics. How many resources do you think a T4 account needs in KVK1 to effectively fight? God, KVK1 is such a weird situation. Because, like, you really want to grow your account, but you also really want to play the game. It kind of sucks that growing your account is directly at odds with playing the game. Last met with the developers, they were discussing about canceling ability of transferring gold. Really? Okay. What? Hello? Bro, why couldn't have this been on my main account? Why couldn't that have been on the main account? Really? Dude, that's hype. That is hype. Woo! All right, well, we back at it, baby. Me quit, chat says Lamau. I'm probably gonna turn that into a short. That's BS. Yo. You mean big shinies? In this one pull, I got more legendary patterns than I did the entire 90 pulls on my main account. Yeah, I don't want to think about that. How? So I push the button and then something happens. See? That's how. That's how we did it. How, all caps? Best I've seen. I did pretty good on my main account one time ago. Like I got a double 10 spot on my main account. It was actually insane. It was super clutch too. It was right at the end. Oh man, it was really crazy. I'm wondering if I should even keep pulling for this now. Do I just stop? What helmets am I using? KVK helmet? I could go for the... I mean, I don't know. I could keep... Yeah, maybe I go for some helmet patterns? I don't even know. I have KVK helmet, KVK helmet, KVK helmet. So I have 4 KVK helmets. For better or worse. I guess we'll see. Yeah, that's crazy. So I guess we could just do this. For 15 materials, 1% of health ignored. Sure. Stop now. You have exhausted all your luck. I mean, I may as well go to 100, though. But the crazy thing is I have 2 more pants patterns I can do. That's what's really crazy. But I suppose I could always just use them on Ash of the Dawn or something if I wanted to. Or at some point I could use them on these guys. If I wanted to. I mean, I have a couple of them, but... Dang. Dude, that's actually insane. Do I just do a few helmets? Just to, like, mix it up or something? I don't even know. Maybe I just get the helmets. I mean, the low-hanging fruit for me is to, like, spend the small amount of materials. Bro, I can even do a helmet. What? I actually have a zillion helmet patterns. Weird. I don't see why not, right, chat? Why not? How do I have so many helmet pieces? Bro. I guess I don't do helmets. Legs are actually better here. We just keep doing the archer legs, I guess. Alright, cool. Go spin the wheel. This is going pretty well for me, chat. Hard to imagine it going much better. The real issue is I'm gonna run out of materials. Holy. Dead vid for the win. Yeah, dude, it was pretty legit. 24 of them. Let's go. Okay, one. I don't even know what is Kraken. So a Kraken is someone who spends lots and lots of money. 3 epics. And 12 epics. Actually, this reward tier is looking really good for me. Okay. It's more of... Yeah, sure. This is fine. Not imbalanced. Kraken is the highest spender. Okay. 10 spot. Another 10 spot. That's cap. Well, I got 0 10 spots on my main account. Okay. If I could trade places with where I was getting these results, I would do so in a heartbeat. Damn, chat, we are popping off. Next thing you know, I'll get another 10 spot. People will really lose their minds. Would actually be pretty funny. Another 10 spot would be nuts. All right. 39 epics in total here. Not bad. Is Esong good in KVK 2? Yeah, he's good. Egg is being generous. Literally, it was being stingy moments ago when I was on my main. Now it's generous. Yeah, that was a really good haul, truth be told. That was pretty stinking good. I mean, do we do another 2 of these? The unit capacity is like not doing much for me, but the all damage is pretty legit. Let's see here. I mean, should keep track of mats you get too next time. I was keeping track of materials. I had 43 epics. Actually, it's on the screen still. I need to get rid of that. Wow. I mean, you only live once, right? Whew. It's kind of expensive now. Quick awaken one last time. It ain't cheap, but I'll take it. It's damage to field troops. That's nice. Cool, man. I did that in order to pick up more materials. I ended up blasting through so many pattern pieces. I'm definitely down on mats, but up on goodies. That's upside there. That's pretty good. All right, chat. Things are looking up. Got all kinds of things I could... Dude, all I need is these materials so badly. But I guess me and every other governor, right, is hurting for materials. I don't have any more iconic crystals, do I? Dude, like, almost all my equipment is iconic. That's kind of crazy. I do need to make some more equipment here. What should I make? Do I stick with the Trajan and make some leadership stuff, or what? Do I make the leadership weapon and the leadership gloves? Can't wait for next leadership cycle. Leadership Trajan, not worth it. Yes, start making stuff. No, don't make stuff. See, this is the problem. For now, I can wait, because, like, there's still 2 places I can put iconic crystals. So I do have things I can do. Oh, I have 2 hope cloaks? Oh my god. But this is damage to rallied armies and garrisons. Like, it's not as important. Not for this account. Yeah, you wouldn't work on leadership either right now. It's weird times we live in. Yeah, you're not wrong. Alright, let's go get some canyon done, I guess. Also, let me see here. I believe that in Call of Dragons, we're about to have a Protect the Supplies event. Breaking Through, that's the one. We could stream that as well. I'll see why not. People are always saying they want me to stream more Call of Dragons. feel like they may have given up on me. You ready for KVK on your main? Oh, I guess so. Word Daddy Chad, thank you for the super chat, voice. Sure, bro. All right. Boom. Broski, what's good?
There he is.
Dude, it's really funny. I don't know what happened, but like 2 years after I started like knowing you and interacting with you, I started saying broski all the time. Did you notice that? Like, it wasn't right away. It wasn't a year later. It's like took me 2 years to start saying broski all the time.
I knew it had sunk in when I wasn't even on stream with you, and you're on stream just saying, "Oh, get wrecked, broski." And I was like, "What did you just say?"
There it is. Yep.
Oh man, what a Grand Prix. That was fun. Goodness gracious.
That was crazy, right?
Man, that was, I mean, did we get confirmed? Did 60 GT take till the death? They didn't put it on the skill bar at the last match. Was that confirmed?
Yeah, they didn't have it on the skill bar, so they didn't have a good way, I guess, to deploy the maximum number of points. So they had the same amount of ability points, but only deployed 2 fewer than their opponents, which is
and they couldn't see. They couldn't see that 8489 was loaded up, ready to go.
Yeah, no, I mean,
oh man,
unless you have like some separate thing counting the ability points that the enemy ought to have. Honestly, that sounds like a nice add-on. Someone ought to make one of those. I'd use that.
So watching this overall, watching 489 really play 3 different strategies for 3 different games. It was like they got the win, and then they changed up strategy because they know that, you know, GT's going to counter whatever they did. But even though they changed up the strategy, they still got beat. But then they changed it up again. And you know, playing sports at a high level and any kind of competition, when you're able to make what we call in-game adjustments, halftime adjustments, and really that's what this was. It was like 3 quarters, like basically, you know, you get, or 3 quarters or 3/3, basically you get 3 shots. It was really impressive to see those dudes change up their philosophy and really their strategy. And wow, credit to 489. Wow.
Yeah. I thought that in the second game, they really shouldn't have gone for the second arc because we knew they were lower on ability points. Like, they had done something kind of cute at the start of the match to try to delay the first arc and maybe capture it. And that left them behind on ability points. I don't know if you'd seen this, but they used sneaky tactics. And they hit all the marches that had gone to middle, and they just used them to attack the carrier one at a time. So they would, like, you know, each player would keep their 4 marches or 5 marches alive, hidden, invisible, and one of them would pop out and take out a carrier, and a new carrier would come along, and they'd take out that carrier, and a new one come along, and they'd take that one out. But the problem was that GT did use ability points, but they used a 2-cost ability. And Sneaky Tactics is like 4. So going into that second arc, they had an ability point disadvantage that like easily single-handedly could cost them the fight. So I feel like they should have just stuck with buildings for the second arc, personally.
Well,
like, I think it was winnable, but anyways, yeah, go on.
You know, I just watching, you know, at this level with Grand Prix, everything's maxed out and the playing field is completely even, right?
Yep.
And so when you've got 2 really good teams, and they have strengths and weaknesses, But when the margin of error is so much so to where the deployment of skills, how you use that in your strategy, how you're able to use all your skill points, that's what tips the scale. And so
it's pretty impressive.
It's not, I mean, that's awesome. That was really cool.
It was very cool. It was really hype. And dude, I swear, every time a team tries to score at the outpost, it like always backfires, man. Oh my god.
What'd you craft? Did you get anything on the egg today?
Yeah, so I got a lot of pattern pieces on my restart. It was really weird how much I got on my restart. Main account, not as much, but you know, it was still not a terrible session. Oh, dude, this guy has VIP 18.
Hey, do something real quick. Do something. Let me show you something real quick before you hit start.
Oh, I already hit send.
There you go.
It's weird. I normally put my archers up top, but I'm finding that with Herman Prime, it's kind of better to put them down here and angle up. That way I'm like stacking up more targets.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. Oh, you've got Herman Prime maxed over here. Oh, God. He is so... Dude, I'm just telling you, you don't understand the power this guy brings. If you haven't fought with him in KVK yet or fought against him, you go to a canyon and take somebody you typically beat pretty easily and can't beat you and put Herman Prime on their team, and it's GG. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Dude, Herman Prime does stuff. It's really crazy.
Okay, if you got one more to use, let me show you something. It's a trick I learned. And this is where Chisgule and I get made fun of for being our Canyon sips that we are. Go hit somebody good. Go hit Jalaz or something.
Oh, okay. Someone I can't beat? All right.
Yeah. Okay, so the way you're set up here... Now go hit somebody else. The off lane typically has some sort of cone AoE, right? Like right there, Luce. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to you set up just like that. Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to take Guan, and you're going to take the siege off of him and make him all infantry. And then you're going to put him in the bottom row. Watch what happens. It sounds crazy. Just watch what happens. So... in this formation, it doesn't happen all the time. When they're in the bottom, it happens all the time. But there is a chance, and it's quite common that Guan will either swing to the bottom or swing actually kind of behind, and it gets him out of that Luce AoE. So let's see if it works.
I see what you're saying.
Did it work? It probably didn't because he's hitting too fast. No. So if somebody's got their off-lane march in the front row, then that's typically a good, easy one. When it's in the bottom row, and you put Guan in that third row, he'll hit from the top. And which I always like doing, because generally when he hits from the top, he'll hit from straight up on the top, and it's not in the AoE. It's weird, but it works.
I think I lose this. Oh, yeah, no, I'm dead ski.
Yeah.
The problem is that I just don't have the troops here. Like, if I was VIP 18 as well, I think I could get a win here, but...
How close are you to VIP 18 on the restart here?
I'm literally gemming it during more than gems. I am far away. I am 700,000.
Oh my.
Yeah, so it makes it look like I'm close visually, but I've been gemming it, which is really insane. You may have been there when there wasn't that much I was doing with gems, and I regret having not gemmed it sooner, but I basically spent 300,000 gems to get to VIP 17.
Yeah, that's fair. That's reasonable.
I thought
if you have them.
300,000 gems for 5% all damage on all my marches. Like, think about it.
Yeah, that's
actually super reasonable.
There's no armament or equipment categorically for 5 marches that could get you that kind of value. So yes, absolutely.
Right. So it was like totally worth. But now, like I said, I'm just kind of doing it over time instead of just having accumulated the gems. I mean, now we have so much more to do with equipment, right? You remember that it was Nile Kingsland. Yep, that's correct. It was against 1875, I believe. Were you in that KVK with me, Chadsky? I think you might have actually had an account here for that.
I don't think so. I wasn't. Okay. I hadn't gotten there. I hadn't gotten to 254 yet.
No. Herman, this was in the Restart Kingdom, 2293.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's where I
think
got
you
to
were
know,
in that KVK. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that they tried to swarm zero me, and it turned out really bad for them. That was a good one. You got a video of that. Oh, that was a good man. I mean, yeah, there's so, it's funny because you had brought up Herman. We're literally not like we are putting such an emphasis on Herman for all of our players, even if he's just 5-5-5-1.
Yep.
Like it's basically like, hey, we need a pit. Is your Herman maxed yet? Like nobody can say anything until they get Herman where it needs to be.
Yeah, everybody's got a max Herman Prime, man. He's too good.
He's so good. I mean, just like, oh my gosh. And his stacks, they just stick on you. Even when the dang thing dies in Canyon, you're walking around with your other marches and they got like 8 stacks on them for like another however many seconds. Like,
yep.
Jeez. Oh, he's so good. So you got a cold weekend? Everybody's dying right now. It is so cold in the States. It's cold everywhere. It's cold in Europe. It's cold everywhere.
Yeah. It is chilly here. You know what's funny? I got a smoker, which I'm pretty hyped about. So I got a Traeger, for those of you into that sort of thing. And it seems like there's like... Go ahead.
Oh, I'm taking all the credit for that. I was the first one to tell you to get a Traeger.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because you were the first talking about it and what to get. And you got the egg and you got all these different things you could get. And I'm like, dude, Traeger. Oh my gosh. You set that thing and leave the house.
Fat Hands said to get one of those. There's a bunch of people who are like, you should get a Traeger. There's a bunch of other people who are like a little more elitist about it. And they're like, oh, no. Traeger is for beginners or whatever. Oh, am I going to lose this one? Might actually lose this. If I lose, it is because I needed to line up differently, but I don't actually think I'm going to. Wow. Okay. We good.
The Traeger is so easy because you connect it to Wi-Fi. You can set the temperature however you want from your phone. I mean, you can do, it makes smoking meat so easy. Now there's some nostalgia to it. If you want to, manually keep the heat where it needs to be, and you want to add the wood or do all that, I get it 100%. Those hardcore people are, that's what they do. But if you're because I was kind of a beginner too. I can grill with the best of them. But when I really started smoking meats, I smoke anything else, not just meat. I'd do all kinds of stuff, and with a Traeger, it just made it easy. Dude, my family loves it when I throw a pizza on that thing, and it's like a wood fire pizza.
Huh?
Yes, it's crazy.
Good to know. So yeah, I gotta start smoking meat. I'm pretty hyped about that. So I got the Ironwood XL. Oh, you smoke fish? Yeah, that's something I need to do.
Yeah.
So I got the XL, which is really big. So the first time this thing arrived to my place, okay, we go to set it up, and we're looking at it, and Chadsky, it got crushed somehow a little bit.
What?
They must have dropped it literally off of a forklift or something to have damaged it in this way. So we called Traeger and we're like, hey, so is this what it's supposed to look like? And they were like, no, we'll be sending you a new one. So that whole process was very easy, a little bit annoying. But anyways, so the second one arrives. We get that one set up. I still need to plug it in. I haven't even broke it in yet. I'm not sure what the first thing's going to be on there. It's either going to be brisket or dino ribs, I think.
You're going brisket? Like your first smoke it? Dude, brisket is not easy. It's hard.
Really?
I mean, it's easy to do, but to really get it good, like really get it, you know, tender, smoke rings, all that stuff. Brisket's like, I mean, that's like immediately jumping into SOC after being in the game for about 3 months.
Oh, geez.
And so but ribs, yeah, go ribs. And dude, listen, the only way to get good at brisket is just do it.
Yeah,
just do it, learn how, I mean, you're smart enough, you'll figure it out, but you got to do the burn off first. So,
right. I got to break it in.
There's a burn off. There's some paint, chemical lacquers that they put obviously on it, and you got to burn all that stuff off first. So, and it takes like 15 or 20 minutes, but
yeah, it's pretty easy. I got to get that done. I was inspired to actually get a smoker because I specifically wanted to be able to make dino ribs. That was like, the thing where I was like, I need to be able to do this. And I somehow stumbled across the YouTube channel Meat Church.
Oh my gosh.
Are you familiar with them?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I could do this. Well, let's freaking go.
Full disclosure, I may or may not have an equity position in a barbecue, restaurant.
Wait, really?
Well, among other things. So I get a chance to kind of enjoy some things that these guys come up with, and I am nowhere at that level. I am free to play when it comes to what these guys do. But it's a lot of fun, and it's, barbecue and smoking is so unique to America. It's weird. It's really weird. Like other countries do it, and they do it different ways. But when you get into it, and because you can do it for everybody, you can do hot dogs and burgers for kids on the Traeger. I mean, they're great. You can do the fish for spouses and things like that. You can any kind of salmon or tilapia, things like that. It's just everything is so much better when it's smoked. I don't know why, but that's just how I feel when it comes to meat.
Yeah, I think you're not alone on that one. Dude, Yuta's team is insane, by the way. Like, I can fight him, but I think I just lose.
Do you want, because this is really unique and rare, maybe the chat will want to see it. Do you remember what I sent you that he had?
Yeah, his gear is crazy. Like, my gear is crazy, but his Trajan is insane.
He has the special inscription for Echelon called Influential. I don't know how he got this. I have no idea.
Probably opening crates for Echelon like I was doing the other day. I was like, my Canyon team sucks. I need more. Even though it doesn't suck.
It's really good. But his Echelon has special inscription that just does huge boost when you're boosting other marches. And it's just like, oh my gosh. And plus his Trajan is just a tank.
Oh my god, man. He's destroying my Trajan.
And look at that. It's crazy.
Oh my god, man.
I mean, he puts that Nevsky behind it, and it's gonna go to town on your Trajan, and it's hard.
Dude, he's killed my freaking Zhuge Liang incidentally with like AoEs. Like, oh yeah, I just like accidentally killed your march. My bad. This angle up I have over here is pretty good.
It's good. I think you're looking.
But I'm gonna lose.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna lose with the Nevsky, I think. Oh yeah, no, he's got me, man.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. He's really good. I don't know how he's done it, but his Zhuge is so it's so tanky. It lasts so long. And so
there's something I could do. Let's try this. I'm actually eager to see like if this improves my result.
Oh.
So we go hollow square.
Holy bro.
And my hollow square is like pretty legit.
That's a whole lot of health there.
And let's just see if this changes the outcome. God, the Zhuge Liang Yisong just like dies up there though is the issue.
You know, it's funny. Oh, somebody's asking about today's games. I can tell you one thing. Here's my prediction on today's game. If you're going to the game in Kansas City for this Chiefs-Dolphins game, bro, the wind chill is like -30. Like, good luck.
Jeez.
Surviving. Oh. I don't know. We'll have to see. Browns, Texans, you know, I'm kind of a big fan. Joe Flacco came out of retirement. He's with the Browns. CJ Stroud's a great quarterback from Ohio State with the Texans. You know, it'll be fun. The game tonight with the Dolphins and Chiefs will be a lot of fun. And then my Bills go tomorrow. It'll be awesome. Bills are playing the Steelers at noon tomorrow. Buffalo is in under 5 feet of snow right now. So there's your football talk, Chisgule.
Noted. My Trajan definitely did better, but I think I still take the L here, which is quite awkward. Oh, actually, I might beat him.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Can confirm my hollow square is better.
Well,
it
lasts
echelon.
Longer. It lasts longer.
I last enough longer that it ends up being better than putting more buffs onto my allies from, you know, echelon giving more buffs, right?
See, even at that moment where your Trajan is still alive and Nevsky's gotta finish it off and spend a skill cycle, spend an active skill on it on a single target. Meanwhile, your Guan's just sitting over there not taking it. That can be a difference maker, definitely. Yeah, that's hard, man. He's good. You know, this is funny because Canyon provides a couple of different things. For those of us who grew up kind of imp simps, we naturally like Canyon because we're good at it. Because you have
imp simps. Dude, it's like a disease, honestly.
Yes. And you grow out of it. Those in the early game, too many good infantry commanders, you eventually grow out of it and you learn how DPS works. You learn how all this other stuff works. But you can always tell the strength of a player by their Canyon. 100%. You can tell how good their gear is. You can tell how good their armaments are. You can tell. And now with the troop capacity boost, you can even tell where their tiers are at. You know, you can look over there and say, okay, Zhuge, he's got a ton of tiered up stuff because, you know, Aluya's got 118,000 on his march for Zhuge. So you can tell all kinds of stuff when it comes to Canyon. And I always like it in KVK because when you get the Lost Canyon, you can kind of see how good your opponents are. And speaking of which, in that, like when we were in 2293 and we were fighting 1875, I could see the depth of really good players 1875 had by just looking at Lost Canyon, not being able to beat some guys. And I was just like, oh, these guys are good.
Now,
these guys are really good.
Shademaker over here has freaking
Herman
Prime. And his lineup actually beats me unless I do this like specific thing I'm doing now, which might have me covered, maybe. But like the skill damage, it just goes up and up and up and up. And then even though his marches are low, they'll do so much damage on you. Like, it's insane. I think I'm
Dude,
good.
I saw a Red March Boudica lay down like 13,000 skill damage because I was at 15 stacks. I was like, what is going on here?
Okay, I'm good. No, like Herman Prime like transformed his lineup completely. It was really crazy to watch that. Okay. I got one more. But it's really interesting that my armaments are so much better for Hollow Square that's what I have to do. Was not expecting that. Kind of glad we figured that out, truth be told. I was wondering, I was like, is it better? And then boom, there it is. Proof's in the pudding.
Well, you fired
Albanon's
up the
got some
stream.
really good stuff too.
Yeah, Albanon's definitely kind of cracking type level. Go hit me. See what happens.
You want me to hit you?
Yeah.
All right, broski.
You got a pretty good way to beat me.
Yeah, I think I have an out.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Wait. Am I gonna win this?
I was gonna say.
It's actually a little bit closer than I would like.
I'm a few seconds behind you here. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna win. I think I'm gonna win. Am I gonna win? Yeah, I got him. Not by much. Yeah, Albanon's got some crazy gear. All right, you want me to hit you? Where are you at, Chadsky? There you go.
Show me how you would line up against me.
All right. Like this. Ooh, 32,000 on your Trajan. I see you.
That's my stratagems.
Sneaky Trajan man over here. I see you. I try it like this, and if I would lose, I'd just go like this. Just move everybody around a little bit. So this is the way I would try it initially. This is like a very, how would I say this? Like, consistent approach for me. You're nice and slow over here, which is going to put my Guan out of range of my Trajan, potentially.
It's also going to put your Zuge out of range of my...
Yeah, actually.
Out of my Luce. That's always good.
That is actually surprising. I almost just need to move...
Just take the siege off of your Nevsky.
Take the siege off of my Nevsky. No, I want you to come more this way.
So you would trade off Trajan, given your Guam the buffs, over...
But I think you are ahead here. Oh, but you have marches that are very low. Oh, God, you just chunk out
Look at what you did to the Nevsky of mine with Luce.
You win this.
Dude, your Luce almost killed my Nevsky.
Well, I might have you.
Barely. You got me.
Barely. How are you so slow, though? It's actually pretty good.
Because I think I'm only 2-piece on my Luce. Put some siege on it.
So let me see here. My defense. Maybe I need to. So I should put my Luce down here. Start wrecking people that way.
Now the thing that helps me is that my Nevsky's got all that normal attack stuff on it, right? And for my arch formation. So I want it to take, multiple. Typically when people hit me, they're either going to hit me, head up, but you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Because I'm not getting the benefits of a lot of normal attack from Nevsky when you set it up this way.
I'm going to try it this way now. And because my Zhuge Liang wasn't hitting the Liuche down there, let's see if this is better or worse. Might be worse, actually.
I like this because typically Guan CPO does more damage on the Trajan. It'll do more damage on my Trajan. Yeah. But the Zhuge takes a while to kill the Luce at the bottom. So I know it sounds weird, but Guan CPO lays out more damage to a single target than Zhuge YSG.
Well, I would say this is not going well for me.
Yeah.
Dude, this is going way worse. Holy. Yeah, that did way worse, actually. That's surprising. So the other way I could run this is like this. This is the other way I would do it, typically. Let's see which of these three approaches ends up being the best.
Why did you put your Nevsky in the back row? I think that's going to pull Guan into Luce's AoE.
Yeah, that's not amazing. I almost want to take the siege unit off of there or put him in the front. Yeah, you're right. I feel like it would be hard to get Guan out of that AoE. But my AoE, is it hitting Trajan? My AoE might be hitting Trajan. Now it's definitely not going to. Oh, I might actually. I'm not sure if my Nevsky's hitting Trajan. Maybe. See, this looks like it's doing way better though.
It's doing really good.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Good. So I think, you know, the Zhuge Liang ends up debuffing everything. And yeah, this is way better. It's actually shocking how much better this is. The Zhuge Liang debuffs everything. So it's all dealing less damage. And then, you know, the Guan gets to just crank.
3 of your marches are going to touch my Luce and just die.
Actually, I'm going to finish with all 5 marches alive.
That's amazing.
Jeez. All right, well, you see why I make that change. I don't know why I don't just start all matches that way, because it seems to just be stronger, but...
So yeah. What, you put Zhuge behind Luce, and Zhuge just goes and hits 4 marches, which is really good, even though it gets beat up.
Yeah.
It's just laying down all that debuff.
It's just, okay. Yeah, Zhuge Yisong is just doing a lot of damage, and this is a replay. It's doing a lot of damage, and it's hitting everybody, and then the Guan is just cranking, you know? So the problem is I have the full attack set on my Guan, so it's ideal to not be taking damage for me. Of course, I am taking damage in this instance, but whatever.
Gotcha.
Let's see here.
That Trajan just melts. Oh.
Yeah, dude, what the hell happened to your Trajan? I feel like you have a tanky Trajan generally, no? Do you have any iconics on there or not yet?
They're all iconic. They're all tier 1 though. I haven't done anything with that leadership set yet. I don't want to mess with that yet.
Wait, but your leadership stuff is iconic?
All of it, yeah. It's just tier 1 though. I didn't put anything else in it.
You know what's crazy? Is that I am sitting on 6 iconic crystals.
I know. I saw that the other day. What are you doing?
I don't know, man.
Like, scared money don't make money, bro. You know that.
What's that?
That's an old slogan that general managers of professional sports teams say. They say scared money don't make money. That basically meaning if you're not going to spend it, it's not making you anything. It's not doing anything for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could take those 6 iconic crystals and, like, there's several ways I could run it. I could make my second cavalry set full iconic. I could make my second archer set full iconic. Or I could make this infantry crit leadership set iconic.
That you're basically where I'm at, and then that's what I did. But if I were you, I wouldn't mess with that. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Now you see why I'm holding it.
Here's the problem with the Hera situation we got going on right now. If you're going to run that, now that you're tearing up the awakening, right? It makes the discrepancy between the troop types you're focusing on even bigger, because not everybody can go tier 5 on the chest and pants of like all the different marches. You can't. You don't have the blueprints and mats for that. And what's hard is that so take before awakening, Hera and YSS in your garrison did okay. Now after awakening, more times than not, 95% of the time, the rallies that are hitting you are just getting stronger with the tiered up stuff. Meanwhile, unless you say, hey, I'm going to go tier 5 my leadership chest, you're not getting stronger. So I think leadership, I got to figure something out because this is driving me crazy.
Yeah, it drives me crazy too, truthfully. Chat knows my struggles. I talk about them too much. Yeah, we registered for KVK. We registered against 1960 or with 1960. I don't know. Are we allying or fighting them, bro?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Only 48 kingdoms, dude. Are we even gonna get a pop?
Well, with the new domain system, 1093 is it really kind of amputates some of their extremities, if you will. because so much of 1093 is like the last of the Super Imperiums, right? It's like the last of them. 4 mega alliances, I should say, 2 massively strong alliances, 2 really good alliances, and then a support alliance. And when they can only bring 800 governors, 800 accounts into a KVK, like basically they're a kingdom like 1093 that relies so much farm filling and farm filling meta that you've talked about, that's completely amputated. Like it's gone. Like they can't do anything about it. And so where a lot of people thought, even 960 thought, hey, 1093 1v1 is too hard to face. Well, now with the domain and you're capped at 800 accounts you can put into a KVK, I think the playing field's a lot more even. And so, but, it'll be interesting to see how this thing works out. I don't think 960 will play a KVK that they think they're going to lose. That's just not what they do. And they've fought some really, really hard KVKs. I think at worst, they've definitely taken KVKs that were toss-ups, and they've been so good, and they have done everything asked. They're the perfect kingdom, right? They've never lost, and so it'll be fun to see. But here's the thing: we were always queuing up for this KVK. This was our plan. We communicated our plan. We haven't changed from our plan, and that's what we're going in with. So,
yeah. We're queuing up for KVK at the same time as 960, for better or worse. Also, I think we're fighting them tomorrow in Arc. So.
Oh, GG.
So we're losing to them tomorrow in Arc, I believe, is what that is.
And they're not going to be angry at all at losing Grand Prix, right? They're I'm sure going to take out their frustration and anger with the SW Arc team.
Take it out on the caster. It's fine. I'll be all right.
But I think overall, but it's 2605. This is we built this whole thing and we recruited to take the toughest KVKs. Everybody in this kingdom except for some younger account whales that have done insane stats for young accounts. So many of the players that are here have fought these big Imperium KVKs, and that's what they want. And we even pulled our kingdom. Y'all good with this? We're rolling into this thing, and everybody's like, yep, we're good. Let's go.
Yeah, so let's do this thing. Dude, this is what dot mode should look like in Rise of Kingdoms, by the way.
Oh, how fun is that?
So you have a different icon for each troop type. And then if I drag and drop, it actually shows me what I'm targeting. So if I hover over the dot, it's literally showing me a picture of its health and what it is. Now, these are all Darklings, so it's not very interesting, but it's so much better than the dot mode we have in Rock. It's crazy.
God, look how far it's come. Look at the power. What are you doing?
Do you think they'll do this for Rise of Kingdoms when they do the graphics update?
I think it would be stupid not to.
Yeah.
Is that true. Ileana? Is that her name? What's her name?
Yeah, Lilia.
She's got some wheels. Look at her go.
Yeah, we cruising. Well, this is a road, so I'm going faster on the road. It's pretty nice. But yeah, there's roads between flags in this game. So
the Alliance has to build the road.
You have to build it. Yeah, so wherever you're going, you can get there a little bit quicker. This is the Protect the Supply event. This is a caravan event from Rise of Kingdoms. Same idea.
That's fun.
Yeah. This is the highest difficulty. It's very different in this game. I'll zoom in and you can see the chaos. But we got these giant ass lizards coming in. I go back to zoom out. It's honestly kind of unplayable if you zoom in. Just kind of weird, but very true. Can't actually see what the hell is happening if you're zoomed in. Which do I want them to solve that visual clutter? Yes. 100%. Ooh. Target has disappeared. All right, that's good. duck game. Pew pew.
You know, the overall concept, and you just kind of think about this for, you know, as we were talking about the domains and how they're setting that up. The domains is kind of tricky because as being somebody in leadership who had to make sure and register the right farms for the right players and making sure, you know, some player, if you're a player with 15 farms, you might say, hey, I've only got resources on these 5 and I have troops on these 5. I just want those registered. I don't want my other 10 registered. So we had to do all this, dude. It was a cluster. You got to make sure the right alliances are registered. I mean, it literally added, hey, Sasuke, it literally added like 2 or 3 days worth of work on leadership. That's already taxed, right? And it's just like, I don't ever want to do that again. And so there are definitely some components, I think, now that they've done the domain system, they can change some things up or just make it one domain. Like you cap it at 800. Then the 800 accounts that are going to go fight and that can leave zone 4 in a KVK, and then everything else is the same. I mean, everybody, all your farms, everybody can join the alliances. Everybody can transfer resources as you're needing more resources from your farms, but they just stay in zone 4. They can't get into zone 5, and they can't attack anything or they can't build anything. Those particular accounts that aren't added to that 800. I think that would be probably the easiest thing. You had a did you have a suggestion?
Chadsky, chat says, imagine after all that R4 work, no match found.
I quit. Like you're doing it, bro. I'm gonna give you the list and you're gonna do it.
Oh my god. They really should make it so that your prior list is saved, actually. We should make that suggestion that your previous registration is the default that then you can modify or something. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, but even then though, bro, you're out of 800 accounts, you know how many have moved to different alliances within the domain? I mean, it's just
that sucks.
Oh, I mean, I ain't doing it again. Like it will.
He's had enough.
I literally sent Martel like, hey, just letting you know. This will make
just this FYI, I've spent over $200,000 in this game, and I will stop playing if you make me register teams again.
I have to do this again, but I was just speaking more, you know, in the generic sense, like you will have people in leadership quit leadership if they have to continuously go do this. Like this was mind numbing. Like my eyes were bleeding when reset hit when registration started.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I was like, if you do this again, if you continue to do it this way, leadership is going to fall off. Like people are not going to want to mess with this and be in leadership. And if you don't have leadership, sorry to say, you don't have good kingdoms and people are going to quit this game. So do not do that. Like you got to make this easier and figure something out because it's, bro, that was luckily I could kind of rearrange my schedule. The first thing I said at 6:30 a.m. that morning was to the officer saying, today is going to be a clusterfush. Like it is going to be.
I remember that.
And it was nonstop. I mean, from that point at 6:30 a.m. for the next 11 and a half hours was just insane.
Nonstop fun. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, you're reaching out to player PM and people like, are these the farms you want? You put it on the list and we're going through the list. Full disclosure to the chat here. During the day it's happening, we've been telling everybody to get their farms and alts on this list. And then I see this little icon pop up and there's Chisgule Mini. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You just now put it up today? Like,
in fairness, I was out of town during the weekend.
In all reality, I mean, we're going to register Chisgule Mini. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate you saying, you know, hey, I need to go put my name on the list like everybody else. But I was like, I can't believe he just did that. And I think I told Peace, I was like, lock it right now. Nobody else is allowed.
I was wondering if the proximity of like the timing of like when I entered it and then you guys sent the message about locking was related. I was like, that's probably not a coincidence.
It was good. Oh man.
Jeez. Yeah.
So Ash on the MGE here Ash serves multiple purposes. Now, you know what's really crazy is that because we've seen multiple reports now, you did your streams and people can go check those out to test it. You know, it kind of brings Ziska back into the fray a little bit as a garrison against, you know, Ashurbanipal. But at the same time, we're kind of jaded, you know, or we've kind of dated the supermodel, if you will. And that references, you know, you can't go back. Like once you've gone down the road of like releasing Justinian and it wrecks every single garrison, no matter what, then any rally commander after that, that's the expectation. It should wreck everything, right? Well, when it doesn't, or there's a particular niche garrison that can beat it, it's like, oh, well, he's no good. Well, no. He's really good. He's really freaking good. But he also provides the field aspect because he's legit in the field, like super legit. Yeah. And so there's massive value, I think, to Ash as people are trying to figure this out. So what is this, your stable of pets? What are they doing? Just flying around?
Yeah, they're just chilling.
You don't have any games or like, you know, rubber chew toys or something you can throw in there and let them run around with?
Nothing to do with them. Pets are better than they used to be. In fact, the pet system is no cap, like what they need to do with armaments. And I gave the developers this feedback. I was like, all right, look, here's how you fix armaments. So basically, the problem was that pets, you bring them along with a hero and all that's great. But when you put skills on the pet and you chose what skills went on them and like, you know, the skills do things related to combat. They do damage, they do buffs, all kinds of cool shit, right? But the problem is that skill assignment was random. So you couldn't be strategic. They removed the randomness, then you could pick where the skills go. And all of a sudden, pets got really, really fun. Where like you're collecting the skills to figure out which ones to deploy and then figuring out the best combination. So the way this relates to armaments in Rise of Kingdoms is that they need to make it so that armaments can have 2 inscriptions. Each armament can have 2. You can change around individual inscriptions. And inscriptions should do like very specific, interesting things, such that you're actually making strategic choices. Mm-hmm. And if they do that, armaments would actually be strategic and fun. I'm telling you 100%. If they did that, it would be very strategic and very fun to play around with armaments. And like, would it suck that there's randomness on the stats? Yes. But there's also randomness on pets. And this is a little bit nuanced, but like how good a skill is on a pet is based off of your attributes of your pet. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I want to get into it too much, but like what I'm trying to say is that pets have that same issue of the randomness.
Well, you know, a little bit of randomness is fine, but I mean, just to put things into perspective, I have probably spent, I don't know, it's an
20
insane
grand
amount.
easy.
Well, no, it's more than that. I could go buy a new truck. I could go buy a new truck right now with the amount of money I have spent in armaments since it came out. And if you remember, Chisgule, like a week after they came out, I got a special inscription for Arch formation. And I literally changed all my investment to Arch. I have Arch everything. Everything, everywhere. I want every commander from here on out to be a Smite commander, because I will dominate this game if that happens.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point. There is nothing strategic about that. It is basically making a decision on your path forward in the game purely by Gambo. Purely because I got lucky and got this special inscription before anybody could get any special inscriptions. I got one for Arch. And you even said it on stream, and it's your fault. It is all your fault. You said, well, you got to go Arch for everything now. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's right. I do.
And I was correct. Like, that was totally the thing to do. And it paid off. 100% it's paid off.
Well, if I'm just, because I can run the normal attack damage up from my inscriptions alone on my cavalry, I can run that up to 33%. And I'm just telling you, if they give me a Smite garrison commander for cavalry, it is game over. It is game over.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I'm just sitting here with my Nevsky with a bunch of normal attack that really doesn't do much for him.
Dude.
Oh, it's good. This is like a blast from the past, going back into this and seeing the old COD. I was all in on this for about 2 months.
The rating is pretty fun, although, God, it's like, I don't understand how every human hasn't spent at least 10 years raiding in World of Warcraft, but apparently a lot of people have not actually done raids. So we battled this dragon over here, and I bet there's a picture of this somewhere. I don't know where, though. Someone sent me a picture. There it is. When we won, I had top damage. Felt good. I really like they have damage dealt and damage received displayed.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I was number one for damage and also the lowest for damage taken, which is like, that's how you know you're doing it, right?
Yeah, I would be the exact opposite. I think when I first did the first couple of raids,
you tried to tank, so
I was like, who has Garwood? I was like, I got him. Let's use them.
Dude, you were into tanking really early. You would actually really love the infantry that are in the game right now. They're so insane. You would actually also really like if it worked this way in Rise of Kingdoms. So the infantry here, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
So this guy makes it so that when you launch a counterattack, you have a 50% chance to do damage to 5 surrounding enemies. With 200 damage factor.
Let's go.
Can you imagine if infantry had that in Rise of Kingdoms? 50% chance when you're attacked.
That's like the equivalent of Olympia with the infantry skills, right?
Yes. Basically
the minute you attack, you just blast that attack to everybody.
But get this, bro. Also, they released a commander for the open field. That's your rally commander. Your open field commander, also infantry, makes it so that you do an extra counterattack every second.
I love that.
So
give us more of that.
Well, I said that not correct. You do an extra counterattack like to everything hitting you. So it's diffused damage though. So like kind of like how skill damage shrinks a little bit when you're hitting extra targets. It does shrink based on hitting lots of things. But still, it's like you just kill everything with counterattack. It's so cool. You would like them. Also, the artifact here taunt all enemies nearby, forcing them to attack you for 5 seconds.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, which is cool.
You ain't getting my mages.
Well, yeah, so an enemy will try to run away, but the way that taunt works is it forces them to charge you, which is freaking great. So they'll walk right up to you, man. Enemies are running away, and you're like, taunt? Nope, you're just dead. Oh, it's brutal.
Okay, so when I first started playing COD, one of the attractions to the game is, you've got your flying units. What are those called?
Flyers are cool. You had Celestials, I believe.
Celestials, yes. Celestials, and you had mages, and they could range and hit from range and all that stuff. And even the archers could, right? And so everybody fell in love with that. Everybody was going all DPS. And I remember telling the Blood family, I was like, guys, at some point, somebody has to get dirty. Like somebody has to go melee and engage with people. Like somebody at some point, we can't just fire arrows and fireballs. Somebody has to go in and throw a club at somebody. Yep. Everybody was like, okay, you go do that. It's like, golly.
I actually specialized to use 2 infantry marches and 3 ranged marches because of how powerful infantry are in this game. Like, you don't get a lot of kills, but you soak damage so much that basically whoever has more infantry in a position is likely to win, which is kind of crazy. And that's simply because as infantry lose troops, your defense goes up, which is kind of cool. So you get up to 50% more defense when you're losing troops.
It's kind of the same as far as what you contribute to your alliance or your group or your team you're playing with. Your merits or whatever they call it here, basically your kill points, aren't going to be near as high as people who are just focused on DPS, right? We get that. But it's the same thing in Rock. I mean, a Garrison player comes in and they don't quite have the kill points, but then you go look at their deads and they got 60 million deads. And you're like, oh, and you look at their gear and their commanders, and you're like, okay, well, you're a Garrison player. Okay. The value that they bring to the team is like so good.
It is
and
high.
So,
yeah.
Yes. And so it's not, this isn't just about KP, or it's not just about, you know, racking up the DPS all the time, because your team needs multiple things. Everybody has a role. We talk about that all the time. So, dude, if this was dot mode right now, like if that's how it was in Rock, it would be amazing. That would be so amazing.
A lot better, right? Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Maybe they're just waiting for their new graphics engine to...
When is that planning? When's the plan on that dropping?
I believe it's the first quarter of this year, so...
Oh.
Yeah. Should be soon-ish.
Do you think that will pique interest in the game to the level of like a new civilization?
Interest in the game is, I feel like, at an all-time low.
Yeah.
If my YouTube viewership is any indication, like,
Yep.
it's just lower than I can ever remember it being. It's really wild, actually. It's one of the weirdnesses of being a YouTuber. Is like, I'm doing the same things I was doing before, but the game is less popular, so I'm just getting less views.
And that's not a hypothesis from you. That's, you look at that every day. That's your business model.
Oh yeah, no, I live in the analytics, broski. But I also talk to other content creators for Rise of Kingdoms, and they're like,
same thing.
They're like, yes, views are dramatically down. Chat says, hope the graphics update is really nice. I mean, the game should look exactly like this. If they really do a good job, they would make it look better than this, actually. Because this graphics engine is, at this point, a couple years old. When you think about the time they started working on this game.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I would expect it to be equivalent to what they have here.
I think this week you might do some spectating KVK stuff. We've got that one KVK with 1875 and 2268.
Ooh.
I know.
Wait,
when those guys.
When is that going down?
I think Zone 5 for them goes Wednesday or Thursday, something like that.
Oh,
okay. I think it's variable.
Yeah, is there some good KVK to spectate? That'd be cool if that was true. Mm-hmm. I have a sponsored stream later this week that I'm kind of hyped about.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Dude, sponsored streams are really great. Like, I get to try out a new game, which keeps me up to date on, like, you know, games in the genre. And, yeah, sponsored to do it. That's pretty sweet.
Look at you, working man. You're broadcasting Grand Prix. You're doing some stream today when it's insanely cold outside. Is it Benu? Is this you, buddy, from 2605? I think it is. He's a good guy. Bless his heart. He's like, hey, I'm new here. I'm going to apply for an MGE spot. And I was trying to work him in, and I'm like, bro, I just can't get you in. I'm so sorry. But let's go to KVK and let's go fight, and you know, I'll make sure you get taken care of. And so
Chat says people are busy for the holidays. The thing is that how do I say this? The thing is that in prior holidays, this was not an issue. Right? Like, viewership was really high in prior holidays. I remember I'd make a video about winter events, and within 24 hours, it'd have almost 40,000 views.
Oh, yeah. It was massive.
And, like, now I'm like, winter events are almost here. Like, 15,000 views later. It's like, it just ain't as popular as it used to be. Which is definitely a bummer, because, like, you know, obviously I like Rise of Kingdoms. It's also really a bummer that Call of Dragons didn't take off. Because, like, that would have been... obviously awesome for me if Call of Dragons took off the way that Rise of Kingdoms had. But, you know, they're fixing the issues, which it still could take off. Like, if they get this game to what it needs to be, like, all it takes is the right marketing and it pops off.
Well,
so we'll see.
I mean, Rise of Kingdoms is still it's massive, right? It's still massive. But if they're going to invest in some of the things they got to invest in, as you talked about the graphic stuff and some of the other things, then it's still got a lot of longevity because it's still bringing players in. You just gotta get the stickiness going, as we like to say in the web analytics world. Like, what's the stickiness? What's the bounce rate? Like, let's get players in COD, get players in Rock, give them a incentive to play, get the attraction there, and we'll see how it works. So,
dude, I am gonna carry this team on this Behemoth fight. Oh my god.
What is this, like a Soroli? Let's go.
Yup. Yeah, it is Soroli. I'm gonna straight carry this team. You ready? Here we go.
So you're taking 2 marches into the Soroli fight? That's kind of fun.
Yeah. So they let you bring more than one, which is pretty cool. But I'm gonna straight carry this thing.
That bear looks mean.
He is mean.
Oh boy, I got football on today. I gotta get home and hang out with the kiddo. We've got our teams we're rooting for. It's gonna be a lot of fun. NFL playoffs are always a lot of fun. But I hope you have a great weekend.
Yeah, man, you too. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you dropping into the stream. Definitely fun to chat.
Oh yeah.
Drop in anytime.
Yeah, we'll hang out next week if you're gonna do some spectating KVK. Those are always fun. Those are always relax, chill, and talk to everybody.
Love it, man. Sounds good.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
Hey, take care, man. All right, chat. Let's see how we did. Raid complete. Where's the stats? MVP. Dude, I told you. I told you I would carry this team. 1 million damage to the 100,000 that each of these other guys did. There it is. Can you stream my arc versus 1960? I think YouTube would potentially take down the stream for violence, you know? We're gonna lose by so much that it's just maybe better that I don't stream it. Okay. I didn't even really do anything in there, honestly. Like, there are mechanics, but we killed it too fast. But I do get a gold head out of it, so that's good news. Hooray. Alright, friendos, I gotta go get dinner ready. If you enjoyed the stream, throw a like on here, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow, probably with a COD vid, and also a Rise of Kingdoms vid. Topic to be determined, alright? Until next time, my friends, you have fun smashing the kingdom. Lukey says I just did the Behemoth with you. Nice, dude. Take care, everybody. I'll see y'all real soon.